Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we caught a Gastrodon. I think we're ready to take on Hop. I guess. I don't know what else we could do. Energy to wrestle a Beware. You definitely have the energy of a goofball. Oh, you're gonna heal up our Pokemon. Well, I already took care of that, but whatever. Alright. Time to take on our rival Hop. Double! He's going back to the double! Alright, it's hailing, but as soon as that double hits us, it's going to be sanding. That's obnoxious. Okay, so Sandaconda here using physical attacks might not be... What can I do to this thing if it's going to buff its defense? Oh, we're gonna try and flinch it out here. Oh, that was a critical hit. So that will ignore its defense buff there. And it flinched, yeah. So this is known as the para-flinch strategy. You paralyze your opponent and then you use a flinching attack. Typically you would do it with Serene Gray's Togekiss, because your 30% flinch chance on Air Slash becomes 60% flinch chance. And if that doesn't work, you still have the chance of your opponent being fully paralyzed. Basically, they're going to spend most of their turns not really doing anything. Hyper Potion, no, you can't do that. That's rude. I was hoping that was just going to finish it, but yeah. Hop likes to use a Hyper Potion. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's happening. Well, we'll just go back to this strategy. It's still kind of tried and true here. There's another flinch. Every time we're flinching it, though, its steadfast ability is increasing its speed. I guess that's okay, because paralysis is still cutting its speed. And hey, they're not doing anything to me, so... The hail is actually also helping get that chip damage in. But look at all the damage we've taken so far. That is all just from hail. That is silly. Oh, this thing's faster than me now. So we gotta go back to the Bulldoze. Bulldoze to finish it off. This is kind of peppy music. I like this music. Although I think I liked the music from... What was the rival's name? Why do I not remember the rival's name from Sun and Moon? How, that was his name. I liked his theme music as well, that played when you battled him. I liked it more than this one. But this one's still pretty good. You want to send out Rillaboom? We'll send out Cinderace. You know how this goes by now. A little something like this. Now that's a proper move. Well, if only you had a proper shield. No one's gonna get that reference. You would have to watch some of my other videos. Well, specifically, you would have to watch a certain other LP. Hidden Kirchen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. And again, I tend to not pronounce a lot of things correctly. What is this thing? What is that? I don't even know what type that is. It's not going to tell me. Because I haven't fought one before. I guess we'll just U-turn out of this? And my guess is it's a poison type. I'm wrong, but it looks like it could be a poison type. So we are going to go into... Oh, we're going to go into Gastrodon. I thought I was going to go into... Oh, well, this ended up being a good choice. Because Gastrodon is a special attacker. Guess I wasn't caring if Gastrodon got poisoned. I just wanted to use this thing, and it seemed like a good excuse to use it. Now, this thing is actually an electric type. And I'm still going to end up thinking it's poison, because I'm like, hey, that was super effective there. Yeah, I had to go look that up afterwards, or I fought another one at some point. It's actually an electric type. Yeah, not what I was expecting. Snorlax. That's not what I want at all. Oh, we beat him with Stunfisk last time. Let's do that again. Yes? No? Yes? Yeah, Stunfisk. And we are going to go for the Paralysis first up, just to possibly get us some free turns. I always like free turns. Crunch, that didn't do much. That was a critical hit, and that didn't do much. Unfortunately, though, with the Hail in play, the Hail is kind of negating our Leftovers recovery, or our Leftovers recovery is negating the Hail damage, however you want to look at that. But it means that his damage is here to stick. We can't get a positive return on our health recovery here. And of course, Crunch has a 20% chance of doing that and dropping our defenses. Regardless, I think we should be able to finish him off with a Bulldoze. Yeah, he already used his Hyper Potion. We're good. Well, it's looking like we're not losing the Nuzlocke here. At least not in this moment. Who knows with what's to come. We have Team Yell coming up. Oh, Corviknight. He's still got a Corviknight. We have an answer for a Corviknight. We could have had a Corviknight of our own, but it died. Yeah, there's the Cinderace, and I'm willing to bet you're not going to survive this. I actually really like Corviknight. I like its design. I like its name. I like its stat distribution. It has stats in all the right places in the right amounts to allow it to do such a versatile thing. Like, there's several different sets this thing can do. It can use Taunt. It can use Tailwind. It can use Iron Defense and Body Press. I've seen that. It's got Brave Bird, Drill Peck, Iron Head. You can go for flinches with Iron Head. You've got Roost. You've got... There's just so many things you can do with it. You can make it a physical wall, a special wall. Yeah, I like it. You make it a Taunter, Tailwind. A Defog. It does Defog as well, because it's Flying type. And it probably learns Stealth Rock and some sort of hazards as well. Doesn't it learn Spikes? It might learn Spikes. So yeah, it's like a... It's a much better version of Skarmory. I was okay. Don't get me wrong. I was okay with Skarmory, but Skarmory tended to be very one-dimensional with what it does, and Corviknight can just do a whole lot more. That's what I like about it. I don't always like facing it. I feel like Corviknight's one of those Pokemon you always have to be prepared to have an answer to. Otherwise, you'll just get walled and you'll be sad. You don't want to get walled out by Corviknight. Alright, now that our plot is done for now, we can progress to Route 9. Fisher Harriet. Alright, what do you got? Barraskewda. Hey, I used to have one of those. And I know this is not a good matchup. But, use a water attack. We're baiting a water attack here. We're going to switch in our new friend, our new pal, Gastrodon. I love its cry when it comes out. It's just, it's so sluggish. It's about to buff my special attack. So we'll go for an Earth Power. We're going to move second because, yeah, slugs are not faster than Barraskewdas. Thank you for the special attack buff. Cinderace and Stunfisk are kind of ahead of everything else on the levels. That's okay. Oh, a Lantern! Okay, so we are immune to both your types. So what are you going to do, Lantern? Oh, you're getting confused, right? That's annoying. Yeah, I've always wanted to use Lantern in competitive. It's very unique typing, Water Electric. The only problem I have with it is it's got really high HP, but its other stats are all, like, below average. Where they're not quite high enough to really get much out of them, you know? Well, it's not always about strength, it's about strategy as well. We can't do anything that way. Pelipper's. Oh, Jellicent. Oh man, I would have loved a Jellicent. I mean, that could have given me my water resistance and it'd give us a fighting immunity. It's a water ghost type. Another one of my favorite Pokemon from Unova. Darumaka, or Darumaka, evolves into Darmanitan. I must say, I do like the Galarian Darmanitan better than the regular one. The regular one was Fire, the one from Unova. But I'm glad they brought it here. I'm glad they spiced it up a bit. They turned it into an Ice type. They cooled it down. They made it chill. Chill. That's the cool word nowadays. It's chill. Yeah, they made it chill. Gave it some Ice type attacks. It still gets Flare Blitz as well, so that's really interesting. And so I'm definitely going to enjoy using him in competitive. That trainer, what is that trainer doing over there? Is that the trainer from the hotel in the previous episode? Or like 2 episodes ago? That dancer girl. You can't dance your way out of this. How's that for fancy footwork? Another level for Silver. We throw out moves. Well, we had the fancy footwork with the pyro ball. I guess there's that. How could you be running around outside in the cold winter snow areas wearing what you're wearing? The same goes for our trainer as well. I'm glad this isn't Breath of the Wild, where we'd have to, or if you get to too cold of an area, you'll actually start taking damage if you're not wearing warm enough things. By warm enough things, I mean not what Team Yell is wearing here. Okay, you can cheer on Dreadnought. That's fine. But why do you have to stop people from heading... What if those people aren't even bothering Dreadnought? How do you know Dreadnought even appreciates what you're doing? Oh, they want to stop... Oh yeah, that's right. They want to stop people from riding on Dreadnoughts out into the water. The thing is, no one's actually trying to do that. This is almost as bad as the whole Team Skull trying to steal the bus stop thing. Why do they have giant paper clips on their backs? Those aren't paper clips, safety pins. But it's still weird. So naturally, we have to fight these Team Yell grunts. And it's hailing, which is really annoying because we don't have an ice type that's immune to hail. So we'll just go for a glare here to start things off. Yeah, we're gonna do this again. Para-flinch. Oh, we didn't get the para or the flinch that time. Sand. There's a weather I like better. Oh, it actually changed the background as well. Wait, did it? It looks like it did. Whatever, it's cool. I like it. Because I'm not a snow person. I don't like snow at all. The snow demands when you have to shovel it, or you don't get your car out of your driveway. I don't like it. It's cold, it's miserable. You know, summertime, the grass doesn't dictate when I have to mow it. The lawn isn't going to stop me from getting my car out of my own driveway. Anyways. Pangoro, it is a dark fighting type. I used one briefly in my Pokemon Moon Nuzlocke. Hey, there's the para of the para-flinch strategy. Oh, it knows Bullet Punch. Well, so much for that. Oh, Sandstorm subsided, but maybe the hill will still go on. No, the hill just starts up again. Well, that's also annoying. Oh, what, you didn't want to Bullet Punch me again and activate my sand for me? I guess it doesn't matter, because she's out of Pokemon. Spike Moth. Let me guess, you mentioned it, we're gonna have to go there. So to stop other people from bothering the Dreadnought and riding it, you're going to do what you didn't want other people to do and ride the thing. Oh my gosh. That's... Hey, we can ride our bike on the water too. Well, that's interesting. We obtained a Rotom. We already had a Rotom bike. But this is a bike that will it'll do a transformation when you get on the water. It has a water mode. That's interesting. We're going to put Gastrodon up front, because if we're going out on the water, we're bound to find water Pokemon. And so that's what we're going to do over here. Don't really need to find any of these Pokemon. Up here. Oh, there's a Glalie up here. A very strong-looking Glalie. Why? Level 50. Oh gosh, level 55. I can't catch this thing. Why is this thing even here? Let's get out of here. We couldn't run. Freeze dry. Why? No! Gastrodon! We barely knew ye. I don't want to fight this thing. Don't tell me... Oh. And this is the part where I realized it had turned too late. I realized it like after the first time it said, oh, you couldn't run away. This is why the game gave us, look at all those Pokédolls we have. 9 Pokédolls. I didn't buy any Pokédolls. This is why the game gives you all these Pokédolls, so if you encounter those strong Pokemon, like in a Nuzlocke, you can use the Pokédoll and get away without, you know, running and failing to run because you're at such a low level compared to the thing. Unfortunately, I learned that lesson just a bit too late, and now we have a dead Gastrodon. And we're about to take on a bunch of water types. Fantastic. I don't even think I want to fight this thing. We couldn't get away, of course not. Of course not. He's taking water attacks there. So, the reason Freeze Dry, even though it was an ice attack, did so much damage to the Gastrodon there, is Freeze Dry is a special ice type attack, only ice type attack that is super effective against water types. So typically water resists ice. Well, against Freeze Dry, it becomes super effective. And then combine that with the fact that ice is super effective against ground, and Freeze Dry is actually a quadruple weakness there. That's why Gastrodon did not survive. I didn't realize Glalie had that either. And since this thing doesn't want to let me run from a Quillfish, we'll just fight it then. We'll fight it. There. Are you happy? We fought your Quillfish. Oh, Slash. No. We're not learning Slash? We're not learning... Okay. That's fine. Can I go under there? I can't go under there. Well, let's head back and do our final burial for the Gastrodon, but I have an idea. I know where we can get another capture where we haven't caught anything yet. I was contemplating like maybe somewhere in the wild area, but I don't know exactly where, so I'm closing off the wild area idea, but there is someplace else that I said we could get a capture from in case we needed it. And oh my, do we need it. It'll be a water type because it'll be a fishing spot. Remember, there are fishing spots in town. We have not caught a Pokemon from Modestoke yet, so we can do that by fishing. We'll give Gastrodon the final heal and the send-off here to the PC. Definitely going to keep the Gastrodon because I'm going to want to use one at some point in competitive. I like Gastrodon. It's a water ground type, so it's only weak to grass type attacks. And Freeze Dry. And both of those will be quadruple weaknesses. More dead Pokemon we can't afford. It's like this game just doesn't want us to have a water type. This makes me worried about what we're going to catch here. It doesn't even matter what we're going to catch here. We have to have something. There's no way I can go into a water type route without something that can combat water types. Is there... Come on, I know there's a fishing spot here. I know we found it before. Where is it? Get out of my way, people. Ah, it's over here. There it is. And there it goes. Hey, come back here. I didn't say you could leave. Ah, fishing spot. Alright, what will we get? This will actually be a new encounter as well. A Magikarp. This is going to turn into a Gyarados. But you know what? At this point in the game, with everything that's happened, I'm fine with this. This will be the first time I've used a Gyarados in a Nuzlocke, as far as battle purposes go. And usually I'm opposed to using Gyarados because Gyarados, starter, and like a Psychic type, specifically Kadabra, Alakazam, but depending on the region, those tended to be like or a fighting type, those tended to be the 3 or 4 Pokemon that I would take through any given game. And Gyarados has been in like pretty much every region as an early capture with Magikarp. And so I've used Gyarados so many times, I don't really want to use one for a Nuzlocke. But we are really out of choices. Partly because I think Gyarados makes things a bit too easy, and I've used it so many times before. Water Flying type, it's going to be a powerhouse, it'll have the Intimidate ability, it's going to be great. It'll almost turn things into like an easy mode, but I'm going to have to train it up, and train it up off camera a bit. Because, yeah, with a level 9 is not going to work when we're going into a route with a bunch of level 40 Pokemon. So I'm going to do some of that training off camera, and I will meet you guys next time.